right here on DirecTV. Audience, it's a thrill to be part of the block of programming here on this channel on DirecTV because of shows like the one we're about to talk. Rogue, Season 3 premieres June 24th, and one of the stars of this production, Cole Hauser, right here on The Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Cole?
Good, sir.
Good to see you.
You as well.
So I know I have to tread lightly a little bit, to use a television phrase from one of my favorite shows of Breaking Bad, when I talk to you about Rogue, because it's so spoiler-filled.
It is, yes.
So I want to just throw it out to you. Season 3, knowing what you know, what you can let us know about Season 3 that's coming up in a couple weeks' time here on this network.
Yeah, I mean, listen, in Season 2, I end up in a hospital bed, gunshot wound, you know, to the stomach by Grace. And 3 picks up about 3 days later, and I'm off to Chicago, where I was brought up, and I have to deal with the past, you know. But, yeah, and then we have Derek Luke, who's fantastic. We have Sarah Carter, Bianca Lawson. So it's a loaded cast, and, you know, we're going into Season 4, and I'm excited about it.
I'm here with Cole Hauser. Rogue, again, Season 3 premieres June 24th. You're about to shoot Season 4. At Cole Hauser on Twitter. So you are from the Bay Area, correct?
I was born in Santa Barbara, actually just north of it, Santa Ynez, and then moved away, Oregon, Florida, and then came back to Santa Barbara. And, you know, I was a Raiders fan in the early days with the Coliseum.
Okay.
And then when they went up there, I kind of became, by default, Golden State Warrior and A's
So you
fan.
followed the Raiders north and became a fan of all the teams that play up there.
Yeah, I mean, it was back in the day. It was the L.A. Rams, and then you had San Diego, which I can't stand, and then you had San Francisco, who were playing very well, and they were kind of the team that everybody followed. And I always just loved the Oakland Bay Area, you know, and so I followed. You know, and I've been a diehard fan. It's been a tough 12 years for the Raiders.
But now Steph Curry is.
By the way, I'm sorry.
No, go for. Oh, you've got me a Raiders helmet right here. Oh, this is the one.
That's for you.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Took it from back
It's
there.
the one that was that's in my office in the back. Oh, thank you for giving me one of my items.
It's from Marcus.
I'm glad that Marcus Allen, you know, actually signed it. Very good. And I'll leave it right here on the desk. Hey, look, I mean, the Raiders are an Oakland team with a lot of LA roots because of their time down here. And there's a lot of talk that they may come back down here and the Rams may come home and share a stadium, or the Raiders would share a stadium with a team that you've already professed your disgust for, in the San Diego Chargers. I think it works down here in Los Angeles, in the Southern California area. Many people around the country think that, you know, it wouldn't, but I've seen it, I feel it. I think it would absolutely work here.
I would hope so. I mean, there's a ton of Raider fans here that are still around from, you know, the early 90s.
Right.
So, you know, I would hope that we can get a team 1, 2. It'd be great if it was the Raiders. You know, there's also talk of San Antonio, which is interesting. There's a lot of Raider fans apparently in San Antonio. So, you know, I would love to keep them in California. I would love for them just to build a new stadium in Oakland and move forward. Right. You know, because that stadium, I mean, I've thrown out the first pitch there. It's not the nicest stadium.
So how was that first pitch for you?
It was a lot further than I thought. You know,
so you went from, you have to go from the mound, right?
God, yes.
You go from the rubber. You can't go.
And I threw it as hard as I could. I was like, either it's going over his head or it's going in the mitt.
You're either going to nuke Lelouch, right?
Totally.
Back to the backstop. So what did you throw?
I threw it 62 miles an hour right in the mitt.
Good for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. I mean, if you mess up, it's like whatever.
Well, as Rick Barry just said on this show, they can't make fun of you if you make it.
No.
How cool was that with Rick Barry, right? I mean
he's great. He needs to be on more radio or sports.
I mean, like, tell me what you think, Rick.
Yeah,
Don't hold back. But that's what he's known for.
Yeah.
And now Steph Curry's doing it for the Warriors, for a team that you've been following for so long. What has this run been like for you, Cole?
Well, I'll tell you a little story. About 2 nights ago, when they played Game 5 in the Houston, finally the realization hit me that we're actually going to the finals. And I jumped up off my couch and I was like, yes! And my son, who's 10 years old, looked at me and he goes, Dad, that's the first time in my lifetime I've ever seen you jump up for your team, because they've been so bad throughout his whole life.
That's touching, yet so very sad, Cole, at the same time. That's you know.
It's true. But it's good for him to see me happy for once.
So, yeah, with the Warriors and the Raiders. But the A's have, now the A's have been, you know.
They get into the playoffs and they always seem to just stumble and fall. It's just kind of that team.
Have you shown your son Moneyball at least? Have you given
he hasn't seen that yet.
Yes. Maybe a little bit too far advanced for a 10-year-old.
I think so. But it's definitely a movie I'll show him.
Yeah, I mean it is. I mean, it's about the Oakland A's and
their heyday.
Yeah, I know. You forget they won 20 in a row at one point.
I know.
Back then in the day.
Yeah, I mean, they have a great regular season, and they get into the playoffs, and like I said, they just stumble and fall. And usually it's to the Yankees or something.
I'm here with Cole Hauser, at Cole Hauser on the Rich Eisen Show. So when you were doing Good Will Hunting way back in the day.
Yes, sir.
Did you know what you were doing at the time with Affleck and Damon was going to do what it became? Did you know that at the time?
I don't think we knew what it was going to become. I knew that we were doing something special.
You did?
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, Matt and Ben wrote the project. We were messing around on set. I mean, Gus Van Sant would let the film go until it ran out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there was never a cut. You know, so there's hours and hours of footage of us just messing around with each other in a bar.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, when you have the writer as friends, you could do it and please, and, you know, mess around and say whatever you want. So it was just one of those special times where in a young actor's life, and I think them included, that we had a blast, and there was no walls, you know, to keep us kind of contained.
Now, your character was not in any scenes with Robin Williams, but
No.
did you happen to be on set with him at any point in time?
Yes,
or?
he used to love for me to do. I used to do a Christopher Walken impersonation, and every lunch you'd come in and he'd go,
Okay.
You know?
All right. And
Somebody's going to the bathroom.
I don't know what is happening right now. Is that anybody's? Is that what is happening right now?
That's
what do you
amazing.
have?
It's pipes.
Is that
above
what's
us.
happening?
Yeah,
There's pipes above us right
pipes
now.
over our
We got to
heads.
speak to the makers of Rogue right now. Maybe this is season 4
need to
going on
speak
right
to
now.
the-
So Robin Williams, you do a Christopher Walken and Robin
I
Williams.
did, yeah. I did back in the day, and he used to come in and literally go, okay, go.
Okay.
And I would go, okay. Like, do what? Like Jerome Epstein or Epstein? And he'd be like, and he'd fall out of his chair. He loved to be entertained.
Yeah.
Like he was always the guy, I think, who felt like he had to entertain. So it was like that moment of the day that he'd go, okay, go.
What a thrill to make Robin Williams laugh.
Yeah, it was. He's a wonderful man.
Right.
And you know, unfortunate, but
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
what a lovely human being.
Right, and McConaughey in Dazed and Confused. You know, that's
Ben Affleck,
really
yeah.
a long time ago on that one. I
Yeah,
mean,
no, I know.
it's remarkable how you've been at it
Still
for as
around.
long as you. I know, for as long as you had. And go ahead. I know you're dying to ask a question of Cole.
There's
Law.
a couple. Dazed and Confused is one of the classics. Friends and I watch it all the time. The kid that kind of plays the lead younger kid, he touches
Wiley
his
Wiggins.
nose a ton in the movie. Like, he does this a lot.
Yeah.
And we started to think like it was intentional and it was like a drinking game almost built in. Can you confirm or deny? Was this a intentional portion of the movie? He has no idea what I'm talking about.
Wow.
I have no idea.
I give you the floor.
Yeah.
With Cole
Is that
Hauser.
really the question you're going to ask?
I mean, on Dazed and
I mean,
Confused.
I want to know about the
Please,
paddle, the
have at
soul
it.
pole.
Go
There's
for
so
it.
much I want to know
Let me
about.
tell you a story about Wiley Wiggins, okay?
Okay.
This kid's a little bit soft. But so I'm chasing him in the opening scene where
Yeah.
I throw him against the fence. Now
Yep.
they've put in a butt plate on him, okay, which has padding, then fiberglass. And Rick Linklater and the stunt coordinator said to me, go ahead and hit him as hard as you want with the paddle. And I go, okay, fine. So I chase this kid down. He makes a right turn just at the last minute. I have boots on. I slip. I get up. I'm a little pissed off. I grab him. I throw him against the gate. I smack him. The paddle shatters. He turns to me and he goes, and he starts crying. And I go, oh no. Is he like for real? And he started crying, and the whole crew this was like day 2 into it. The whole crew for the rest of the show was like, "You're such a son of a bitch." I was like, the stunt coordinator, he said to do it. It's okay. I mean,
Yeah,
you know,
Mitch Kramer touches his nose like 100 times in the movie. It's a
But
drinking
there's
game.
cry at 15 years old.
Oh my gosh.
That's great.
He could hit me with a baseball
That is
bat.
amazing.
Cole, this has been a blast, man. I'd love to have you back anytime.
Please, man.
Come back.
Pleasure.
I'm a fan, and
You as well,
I look
sir.
forward. Thank you. I look forward to season 3. It's on my premieres on my birthday.
Yeah.
So that's
24th.
Yeah, that's Rogue. Season 3 premieres June 24. Enjoy shooting season 4.
Thank you, bud.
Good to see you. At Cole Hauser on Twitter.
The Rich Eisen Show, weekdays at noon Eastern. On Audience.